On a hot summer day, four friends named Jake, Emily, Mike, and Sarah decided to go on an adventurous trip. They were all from Chicago and were tired of their daily routines, craving some excitement. Jake, who loved adventure, suggested they visit an unknown island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The island was marked on old maps as Shadow Island, and there were terrifying stories about it. They set off in a small boat toward the island. The sky was gradually darkening, and a strong wind began to blow. When they reached the island, they noticed it was covered with tall, dark trees, and strange screams echoed from a distance. Emily, who was a little scared, said, "Maybe we should turn back." But Jake cheerfully replied, "No. This is exactly what we were looking for." They ventured into the island, searching for a place to rest. Suddenly, Mike noticed something watching them in the darkness. He said in a shaky voice, "Guys, there's something over there." But when they pointed their flashlights in that direction, they saw nothing. Sarah, trying to stay calm, said, "Maybe it was just an animal, don't worry." They came across an old, crumbling house. It seemed like no one had lived there for years. Jake suggested they explore the inside. The house was filled with dark, dusty rooms. On the walls hung old photographs of people who seemed to have lived centuries ago. Suddenly, Emily noticed an old diary. She opened it and began to read. The diary belonged to a captain who had gone missing on the island years ago. It read, "This island is cursed. Anyone who comes here can never leave." Suddenly, they heard heavy footsteps behind them. They quickly turned their flashlights toward the sound and, with wide eyes full of terror, saw a strange, horrifying creature approaching them. It looked like a human but had glowing eyes and long, bony arms. Jake shouted, "Run, guys!" and they all started running. They ran toward the boat, but the creature was getting closer. When they reached the boat, they realized it was starting to sink. Mike frantically began repairing the boat while the others tried to keep the creature at bay. At the last moment, the boat started, and they managed to escape the island. When they reached safe shores, they all breathed a sigh of relief. They decided never to speak about the trip to anyone. But every night, as they fell asleep, the screams of that creature and the memories of the terrifying island haunted their dreams. And they could never be sure if they had truly escaped the island or not.